on, everybody out there? This is Popular Stranger, and we are back at you again today with another Madden 25 Ultimate Team video. In today's video, we're going to be going over the best free 98 overall All-Star Athlete champions to add to your MUT 25 squad. So let's go ahead and jump right on into it. A lot to talk about in this video. So the number one question, how do you get one of these cards for free? Well, you're going to have to grind through the Field Pass and the solo challenges from this program. It was a two-part promo, so no more cards are on the way. And last week when part 1 came out and today when part 2 came out, you should have received a welcome pack. Now within that welcome pack, you would have got an upgrade token in each of them, which is kind of good because that gives you one extra token that you can use to either not have to grind so much or grind a little less, or you can use it towards one of the two welcome pack players. Now the welcome pack players are both Pat McAfee cards, one a punter, one a middle linebacker. If you already upgraded those cards, I highly recommend downgrading them because the other cards that you can use these tokens on are just way better. Again, my opinion, if you want to use the Pat McAfee cards, be my guest. But again, 2 welcome packs equals 2 tokens. The goal is to get to 10. And if you go through these solo challenges, you actually don't even have to play all of them, because if you look at the milestone rewards here, getting to tier 5 is going to give you the 3rd upgrade token within the solos. So you get 3 from here, 2 more in those 2 welcome packs. We're up to 5 already. And again, if you take a look at the tier 5 reward, which is that final upgrade token within the solos, to get there, you only need 56 stars. So you can skip, I think it's the last 3 solo challenges if you want, last 2, but it's a little bit of a shortcut so you don't have to play as many. So on top of the 5 tokens that we've already discussed, there are 6 more available within the Field Pass for this ASA program, and being that this was the final drop, that means no new cards are coming out and no more objectives are coming out. But as you can see, this is definitely able to be fully maxed out and finished. I've done it here on my No Money Spent account with all of the new objectives, whether it's completing sets, doing your solos, of course, knocking out the statistical objectives, and then winning games in any game mode outside of regular solo challenges. These are all things you're going to do to earn XP within this Field Pass. Now again, if you max out the entire thing, you're going to end up having 1 extra token, which is good because you can use that extra token and put it into either the middle linebacker Pat McAfee or the punter Pat McAfee. He's only going to go like up 1 or 2 OVR, but unlocking that first bucket is going to allow you to add any team chem to him. So if you want a punter with any team chem, you can use that 1 extra token on either of the Pat McAfees to help you build out your theme team, being that those cards get all 32 team chems. One other thing that you're going to get 3 different times in the Field Pass rewards are going to be 95 plus B&D All-Star Athlete player packs. These are important because there's a bunch of 95s from this program that can be upgraded to a 98. Now these packs are all going to be random, but going backwards at level 16, level 14, and level 12, you get one of these. So if you happen to get a 98 out of it, that's going to be obviously a huge big W. But if you do get a 95, there's a few examples that won't be a bad thing if you do get a 95. And we're going to start with Larry Allen as the first example because he is going to be one of the cards that we recommend in this video. If you pull the 95 overall Larry Allen, he can be upgraded to a 98 overall at defensive tackle, and you're going to do that by putting his 98 overall right guard card into the upgrade path of the 95 overall defensive tackle. I broke down this entire promo in more specific details, so if you're still a little confused on this portion of it, go back and watch my latest video. That'll cover it in more depth. But basically what I'm getting at here is if, for example, with Larry Allen in this, hypothetical, if you pulled his 95, you might want to use your free choice to pick his 98 overall right guard to put into the upgrade path of the 95 defensive tackle card that you got to boost the defensive tackle up to a 98. And with these cards, they get 1 baked on 0 AP ability. They get a really nice ability bucket at the very end. And then there's still additional 1 and 0 AP buckets if you work backwards on this card and all of these cards. So there's 3 95s specifically that dropped today that I am going to point out as good choices. And the rest of the cards we're going to recommend are just going to be straight up the 98 overall cards that you're used to at their normal positions, like Kelvin Johnson being a wide receiver and Derrick Henry being a running back. I do also want to point out that every card I'm recommending in this video is going to be a Part 2 card. Some of the Part 1 cards are still very good, but they're way down in price because the market is crashing due to the new cards that came out today, and just generally speaking, the Part 2 cards that came out today are way better. They get better discounted abilities, especially in those last buckets, so that's why it's going to be this way. If there were any Part 1 cards out there like Deion Sanders, Julius Peppers, I would more so look into buying them off of the auction house because they're decreased in price, rather than using your free picks on these cards and are on those cards and rather using them on some of the brand new cards that came out today. Once you get to your 10 tokens, head on over to item sets, use your program filter by All-Star Athletes, and towards the very bottom, you're going to see the 98 overall BND All-Star Athletes Champion token exchange set. You put the tokens in, you're going to get a pack that gives you any of the 98 overall champions from part 1 or part 2. So now let's start with the recommendations. We have defensive tackle Larry Allen. So again, you're going to have to go back to the example that I just provided. You would still need his 95 overall card at defensive tackle and the 98 overall card at right guard. You put the 98 right guard into the upgrade path of the 95 defensive tackle to make the defensive tackle a 98. And with this card specifically, there's 2 DTs that we're going to recommend in this video, but Larry Allen, very good attribute-wise, 91 speed, 99 strength, 97 block shed and power move, 90 finesse move, 94 tackle. He's going to get secure tackler baked on for 0 AP. He's going to get Colossus in that last ability bucket. Colossus is an extremely good ability for pass rush. We saw it on Marcus Stroud that came out this past weekend from the Ultimate Legend content drop. He's going to get Colossus for 2 AP. That's the cheapest you're going to find it anywhere in the game. In the other discounted buckets, he will also give you inside stuff for 0 AP, which to me is huge for a defensive tackle. He's going to give you tip drill for 0 AP, which that ability's been really good for me lately, getting D-line picks because of that one. So if you can get that on your outside linebackers, your defensive ends, and your defensive tackles that pass rush, it's definitely going to be a bonus, and it's going to get you some interceptions that you never really expected. And then the final recommendation is going to be double or nothing for 1 AP. So again, in totality, you'd be looking at secure tackler, Colossus, inside stuff, tip drill, and double or nothing for a total of 3 ability points. You do have to acquire that 95, so in this situation, it's not going to be 100% free. If you happen to get the 95 out of one of those free packs, that's a bonus for you. Outside of that, you may have to spend some coin to acquire that card. Same thing will apply for the running back Anthony Edwards, but this card gets all 32 team chems, and I think is one of the best running backs in the game. The running back market in general is going to be way down. With this Anthony Edwards card, 98 speed, so whatever theme team you put him on, it's very easy to build a 2020 theme team. You're more than likely looking at 99 speed there, and then you got 97 carry, break tackle, and trucking, 98 agility, 90 catching, 93 change of direction, an extremely good card. He's going to get Jukebox baked on for 0 AP. He gets Angry Runs as an ability for 2 AP, which I highly recommend on your running back. And then on top of that, he can still give you Tank for 0 AP, which is huge. Probably the best ability outside of Angry Runs and Freight Train. And you're getting Tank for 0 AP. And then it's up to you, but you can basically pick 3 additional abilities all at 0 AP. The ones that stood out to me out of those 3 that you're going to pick, the choice would be Jukebox, Spin Cycle, Human Joystick, Bulldozer, or Balance Beam. So again, just one more time to recap, you could go Jukebox, and I said that twice, so my apologies. You could go Jukebox, Angry Runs, Tank, and then Spin Cycle, Bulldozer, and Balance Beam, or Spin Cycle, Human Joystick, and Bulldozer, and you're going to get all of that for a total of 2 AP. That combined with the fact that he gets all 32 team chems is why he's a really good choice. The final recommendation of 95s that would get upgraded to 98. So again, Larry Allen, Anthony Edwards, and now this Kelvin Megatron Johnson, which would be a strong safety card. You would have to acquire their 95s to do this process, and then pick their 98s in your free BND pack to put into the upgrade path. Again, if you get lucky with the 95 BND packs, big W there. But Megatron at strong safety, 6'5", 98 speed, 96 hit power, zone coverage, and man coverage, 97 acceleration, 91 pursuit and tackle, and he's going to get a good ability stack out there. The good thing about this card also is that you can play him up top as a coverage safety. He's good enough to do that. You can put him as a sub linebacker and user him. Obviously, being 6'5" with 98 speed is going to make him very good at doing that. He's going to get mid-zone KO baked on for 0 AP, which is one of the best abilities that you can have in the game on defense, but he also gets universal coverage for 2 AP. That's a must, highly recommended ability to equip there, because universal coverage gives you all of the knockouts in man and zone coverage, along with a bunch of other abilities. And then on top of that, you still get 4 0 AP options to add on. So you got mid-zone KO baked on, universal coverage for 2, and then I would go with Acrobat for 0, Secure Tackler for 0, Tip Drill for 0, and Pick Artist for 0. There are other abilities out there for 1 AP. If you want to substitute them, you can, but that's the best setup in my opinion. Now we move on to the just straight up 98s that you can choose out of the pack, and I think I have 6 of them in total to cover. So the first one's going to be DeForest Buckner. If you need a defensive tackle, very good. Again, that Larry Allen option, really good as well. But DeForest Buckner is going to give you both double or nothing and inside stuff baked on for 0 AP, along with the 91 speed, 91 acceleration, 97 strength and tackle. He's got 98 finesse move and block shed, and 90 power move. Along with those 2 baked on abilities, he is going to get Colossus for 3 AP. Remember, Larry Allen does get it for 2, but he also does not get double or nothing baked on for 0. And then on top of inside stuff, double or nothing, and Colossus for 3 AP, you can still add on Pick Artist. It doesn't really make sense, but it's the only 0 AP ability in there, so you might as well equip it. And then you can still get Secure Tackler and Run Stopper, all for 0 AP. So in this situation, you're looking at 6 abilities for 0 AP instead of, or I'm sorry, for 3 AP instead of 5 abilities on Larry Allen, which would be the same amount of ability points. So it's up to you on what you want to choose if you want to go with the defensive tackle, but both really good options. Charlie Ward has an upgradable cornerback card from a 95 to a 98, but I left him out of this video because the Anthony Edwards cornerback card, obviously same position here, is extremely good, and I just think overall better. You also don't need a 95 for that process. Anthony Edwards, 6'4", 98 speed again. He's going to get all 32 team chems, so extremely easy to get this card up to 99 speed, and then he still has 98 man, 98 zone, 97 press. This is definitely a top 3 card out of all of the picks that we're going over. Now he's going to have 1 step ahead, which is extremely good for man coverage and Pick Artist baked on for 0 AP. He will also get universal coverage for 2 AP, like we talked about with Megatron a moment ago, so you definitely need to equip that one. And then on top of that, you can still get Secure Tackler and Pick Artist on there for 0 AP. I don't know if universal coverage 100% has Pick Artist built into it, so I'm just going to equip Pick Artist just to be on the safe side there, as it's a 100% needed ability on all defensive backs. Derrick Henry has an outside linebacker pass coverage archetype card that is extremely good, but I picked Ted Hendricks over recommending that card because, again, you wouldn't need the 95 in that situation, and I do like Ted Hendricks' ability stack just a little bit better. He's 6'7", 97 speed, Raiders and Packers theme team, some of the best theme teams in the game, 97 acceleration. He gives you really good pass rushing attributes, 96 block shed, 97 power move, 92 finesse move, 89 tackle is decent, but he is a pass coverage archetype, and you can't see it on this screen, but he has 94 man coverage and 98 zone coverage, so he can cover, he can rush the passer, he can stop the run, and he's going to have baked on mid-zone KO and mid-route KO, so both really good abilities. If you like to play a little zone and a little man, this is going to be perfect for you. He's going to get dual threat for 2 AP, so dual threat basically gives you better block sheds against the run, and it gives you knockouts pretty much everywhere. You just don't get the same reaction animations with dual threat, but it's still a really good ability, and I think worth the 2 AP on there. And then on top of that, you still get Lurk Artist for 0 AP, either flat zone KO or Tip Drill for 0 AP. That one's up to you, and Secure Tackler for 0 AP. Because he gets Packers chemistry, this is probably one I'm going to add on my No Money Spent squad because I think he's really good. So I do think at running back, the Anthony Edwards card we covered a little earlier is better because he gets all 32 team chems and he's a little bit more elusive and mobile compared to this Derrick Henry. But again, if you want that Anthony Edwards, you do also have to acquire his 95 and then pick his 98 to put in the upgrade path of the 95, whereas Derrick Henry, you don't need to do that. And Derrick Henry's really good. 98 speed, 95 acceleration. His catch rating stinks, so you do got to keep that in mind. 94 change of direction, 90 agility, a little bit low, but he's maxed out on break tackle and trucking, and you get wrecking ball and tank combined for 0 AP. That's absolutely insane, but you also add that to the fact that he gets angry runs for 2 AP, which we talked about earlier is extremely good. And then on top of all of that, you can still get bulldozer and balance beam for 0 AP together. I think those are the 2 best abilities for him. So if you need a running back, you got a decision to make. I personally think Anthony Edwards is better, but if you prefer a power back, Derrick Henry is still extremely good. And then we move on to Kelvin Megatron Johnson. Again, you got that strong safety as an option, but you also have his wide receiver as an option here. 98 speed, 6'5", 99 jumping, 97 catching traffic and spec catch 98, 99. The route running short and mid is 96, deep 99. This is the best wide receiver in the game. For the baked on abilities, he gets red zone threat and double me. If you got him in one-on-one coverage, double me is going to give you a lot of aggressive catch animations where you're going to catch the ball. You can still have that ball knocked out, so that's one thing to keep in mind. But it's an amazing ability stack there, just baked on. Now, he does get angry runs baked on for 2 AP. To me, it's not worth it because that's really a good ball carrier ability. Unless you're throwing him drags and ensuring he's always going to catch the ball, then it comes into play and it's really good. Instead of spending 2 AP on angry runs, what I would do is go tank for 1 AP, which is still going to be really good for breaking tackles after the catch, and then you can go deep elite for 1 AP, which is really good down the field, outside the numbers and inside the numbers, 20 plus yards from the line of scrimmage, and it doesn't 100% defeat knockouts, but it helps against the catches being knocked out due to all of the knocked out abilities that people have on their defense. So tank deep elite for 2 AP, and then you can still add on jukebox for 0 AP for help after the catch. Really, really good card. Again, I think a top 3 choice. If you really need a quarterback, the quarterback market is way down now due to the cards that came out today, so you can search the auction house and get some really good bargains. I got Taysom Hill from the Part 1 promo for this promo for like $260K, I think it was. Extremely cheap. But if you don't have coins and you really need a quarterback, the 98 overall Charlie Ward is really good. So he's going to get all 32 team chems, so that's huge. Easily get this card up to 99 speed. He's got 98 throw power. The accuracies are good enough there. Throw on the run, play action, throw under pressure, all very good. He's going to get Hot Route Master and Gunslinger baked on for 0 AP. The one downside to that is that Master Tactician is better because you're going to get not only the extra hot routes that Hot Route Master provide, but you're also going to get QB Playmaker and Conductor built in. Now, you can still get that equipped technically. There's a couple different routes you can go with the baked on Hot Route Master and Gunslinger. You can go set feet lead for 3 AP. Really good ability. If you have 4 AP to spend, you can go pass lead elite, which is one better or a little bit better than set feet lead, but obviously 1 extra AP. And if you don't want to spend 3 or 4 AP on this card, you can go backyard QB for 1. Again, you're already getting the hot route side of it from Hot Route Master. The backyard QB is going to give you the QB Playmaker aspect of it, and then you can go Conductor for 0 AP to speed up those hot routes. So really good quarterback, one of the best in the game, especially because he gets all 32 team chems with those ability stacks. But there's just a few things that you have to keep in mind, or a few routes that you can take as far as the ability stacks and what they do. And that's it. Those are the best free 98 overall champions from the All-Star Athletes program to take out of your free fantasy pack. After watching the video, let me know down below in the comment section, who are you picking? Thank you guys for watching. My name is Popular Stranger. I'm out.